right, so let's go ahead and look at this circular motion worksheet 1. At an amusement park, you and a friend sit in a large rotating disc. You sit at the edge and have a rotational speed of 8 rotations per minute and a linear speed of 10 meters per second. Your friend sits halfway to the center. A, what is her rotational speed? B, what is her linear speed? Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing a picture. So here is the large rotating disc. I am sitting at the edge. So this is going to be me. And my friend is sitting halfway to the center. So there's the center. And then this is going to be my friend. I guess I can write it all. It's okay that it's spreading out there. It'll be all right. Okay. What is her rotational speed? So what's the rest about me? I have a rotational speed, that's omega, of 8 rotations per minute. And a linear speed of 10 meters per second. So that means I go around 8 times in 1 minute. That's my rotational speed. I go around 8 times in a minute. My friend is sitting here. They're on the same disc, so they are also going to go around 8 times in 1 minute. Now, my friend's linear speed. I'm going 10 meters in a second. So let's say that it takes me, I go around 8 times in a minute. Well, let's say I go this far, okay, in a second. And that's 10 meters. Well, my friend is going to turn that same angle. So they're going to end up in line with me still. We're still next to each other. We were next to each other to start. We're still next to each other. But look at that. That is definitely not 10 meters. That's a lot shorter. And because they're halfway to the center, it's actually half as short. So they went 5 meters in that second. So their linear speed is going to be 5 meters per second. All right. Let's look at number 2. You are sitting on a Ferris wheel. You are seated 9 meters from the center of rotation, and it takes you 5 minutes to complete 1 rotation. Draw a picture. Okay, so just me this time, no friend. So there we go. And I am seated 9 meters from the center. I'm going to say that that's at the edge. This is 9 meters. It takes me 5 minutes to complete 1 rotation. So that's my picture. So now let's see what we can write down. Well, I am 9 meters from the edge. That's going to be my radius, but I don't have a radius right here. So we're going to skip over that. Takes me 5 minutes. That's a time. So I'm going to put that down here. So 5 minutes. What is your rotational speed? So rotational speed is the number of revolutions or rotations. That's what was on top. Omega for our angular velocity or rotational speed, and then time. So we're looking for rotational speed. So we're looking for omega. How many revolutions did we make? Okay, let's go back and read that. You're sitting on a Ferris wheel. You're seated 9 meters from the center of rotation. It takes you 5 minutes to complete 1 rotation. So 1 rotation is how far we went. 1 rotation or revolution. Okay? So now, cover up the omega. Revolutions or rotations is on top. Time is in the bottom. 1 divided by 5. I get 0.2 rotations per, in this case, minutes, because our time was in minutes. All right, part C. How far do you travel in 1 rotation? Okay, so 1 time around. So I'm starting here, and I go around once. That is the circumference of a circle. So I'm going to use my circumference equation from geometry. So circumference is 2 times pi times my radius. And my radius is the distance from the center to the edge, which is 9. So I get 18 times pi, or approximately 56.5 meters. So that is going to be my distance. I went 56.5 meters in a time of 5 minutes. What is my linear speed? So if I cover up the S, circle equation, so we've got speed, distance, time. So distance is on top, time is on the bottom. So I went 56.5 meters in 5 minutes. So my speed ends up being 11.3 meters per minute. All right, let's go ahead and try number 3 as well. We'll go to the back and do that one together. All right. You are riding on the merry-go-round with your friend. You are seated 1.5 meters from the axis of rotation. Your friend is 3 meters from the axis of rotation. Okay, so here we go. I am 1.5 meters. And my friend is 3 meters. Okay. I'm 1.5. They were 3. All right, there's the picture. What is your rotational speed? What is your friend's rotational speed? So this one is about me. So this is me. All right. So the time, and I'll go back and read. It takes you 45 seconds. So that's my time, 45 seconds. 45 seconds to make 1 rotation. So my revolutions or rotations is 1. And I'm looking for omega. Cover it up. It's the number of revolutions or rotations divided by time. 1 divided by 45. Ooh, we're going to get a really small decimal. So 0.022 rotations per second. This time it was in seconds. All right, now let's look at my friend. Okay, so my friend also makes 1 rotation in 45 seconds because we're just sitting there right next to each other. And we're looking for their rotational speed. So we're going to follow the same process. And we're going to do all this math just to find out that, hey, we were going the same rotational speed. Okay, if we're on the same disk, we're going to have the same number of revolutions or rotations in the same amount of time. So that will be the same. All right, part C. How far do you travel in 1 rotation? How far does your friend travel? Okay, so we're going to use circumference, 2 pi r. So let's go back up here and look at me. Here I am. I start here and I go around once. That's my circumference. My radius is 1.5. That's how far I am from the center. So 2 pi times 1.5. So 3, 2.5 times 2 times 1.5 is 3 pi, which is about 9.42 meters. My friend, we need to get their circumference as well. How far did they go? Well, they have a radius of 3 meters. Okay, so C equals 2 pi times 3 for them. So 6 pi. So about 18.8 meters. All right, now, the next page, we'll have to think back to what we just wrote down, or look back, okay? What is your linear speed? Okay, so for me, we have speed is distance over time. It was 45 seconds. My distance, my circumference that I traveled was 9.42 meters. So we're looking for speed, distance over time. 9.42 divided by 45. I was going at 0.21 meters per second, or 21 centimeters every second. My friend, we're going to use the same equation, but they went a lot further. Okay, they went about 18.8 meters in 45 seconds. Same equation, but they went a further distance, so they are going to have a faster speed than I did. So they end up with 0.42 meters per second. Or I'm going about 21 centimeters in a second. They're going 42 centimeters in a second. All right. How do you and your friends' rotational speeds compare? That's on the last page. Okay, if we're looking at rotational speeds, we both got 0.022. All right, so we have the same rotational speed. Linear speed, my friend was 0.42 and I was 0.21, so they were faster. They were going 42 centimeters, so my friend is faster. All right, so next step, move on to circular motion worksheet number 2.